You know we couldn't go without an issue, right? My first week, this is like my second set of delivery. All right, I could be making a hell of a mistake here, and you guys aren't gonna be able to warn me about it because you're gonna be watching it in the future. I could probably pick this up today. One guy messaged me back, hi. They always ask for my company name, and that's usually where it ends. All right, so it took a while, but we got something. And I got all 3 cars coming out of the same spot. 2 for one broker and 1 for another broker dealer. One's a broker, I can't remember, but I'm gonna head down there. They're coming out of Mannheim, Odessa, same location. I believe Carvana's in there as well, because when I used to haul for Carvana, I used to come in and out of there. But it's like 2 in the afternoon, but I think I can get in there at any time up until like 10. Go grab the trailer, head down there, hopefully get the cars, hopefully no issues, bring you guys along. First week Hotshot trucking, let's ride. Oh, there's a girl. God, not having the bed, so much better for backing these damn things up. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull forward a little bit. I want to throw some grease on her first. Throw these in here as well. Last thing you want to do is get grease on somebody's car. Right, it's good. All right, so I didn't get to film much yesterday because I was fighting for my life. It was like 115 degrees outside, and I had to pick these up at Odessa. 2 came from Mannheim, 1 came from Odessa, all the same spot though. It was a mile walk to the cars. It's 115 out with the pavement. It's like 140. Then you get to the cars, the AC don't work. I tried filming once. The GoPro I got literally just shut off. Like it said, it's too hot, gotta shut off. I could barely get through my inspections because my phone kept saying it was too hot. It was just too hot to really do anything. We got a Nissan Pathfinder, Toyota Varenza, and a Nissan Altima. Back the first 2 on, keep the engine weight off my truck axles, pull this one on, keep all the weight kind of more towards the trailer axles. I know a lot of people were giving me a hard time about this, but I called around. I called the FMCSA field office, I called Texas Pride, and they said that this is where it's meant to be. Welded pretty good, but I don't know. You figure there's 10,000 of these trailers out on the road and they're all doing this, and there's no issues, right? Plus I talked to another guy that's using the same setup, and he said he's been inspected 4 times, no issues. You got to imagine these are 3-point straps. So you got 1, 2, 3, you got 3, 6, 9, 12. So if a car is 4,000 pounds, 4 securement points divided by 3, that's like 300, 400 pounds for each hook. I mean, I know a lot of guys are crying about that, but this is what it is. All right, so we're fueled up, we're rolling. So I picked all these cars up at the same place, right? 2 are going to the same place. The other one's going about 12 miles down the road. So, you know, pretty rare for a 3-car drop, but whatever. Going from Phoenix to Dallas. This load's paying about $1,600, so not as much as I could get. You can usually get over $2,000, but I was struggling to find things Monday morning. I finally pieced the load together. And it's funny, once you like piece the load together, then everybody starts calling like, oh, like, can you take this? Can you take that? But for the first 4 hours in the morning, everybody's like, nah, we can't work with you, too new. Nah, we can't work with you, too new. The second I fill up the truck, yeah, come get it. Yeah, come get it, after I don't hear from him for 3 hours. So on our way to hopefully Odessa. It's about a 10-hour drive, 10 and a half. See how we're feeling when we get through El Paso. It's a beautiful morning. I just got done eating breakfast at the Ritz-Carlton. See, when you don't have your wife and kids with you, you can get away with that. That hotel cost me like 90 bucks, and it included breakfast, if you want to call it that. But I look at it as $90 for the room and breakfast. Can't beat it, right? So I made it to Van Horn, Texas. Just did a pre-trip. Got about a 7.5 hour drive to Dallas. We're gonna get there right when traffic starts to kick off, so that should be fun. Had my first experience yesterday with DOT, not like an inspection or anything, but going through New Mexico port of entry at Lordsburg. I had to go inside and give them all my paperwork. Everything was good, and I may have underestimated my weight, so I didn't have to pay for a highway use permit. But let's get rolling here. See you guys in Dallas. Tell you what, I'm not a fan of these double park deliveries. I used to do this shit with food service. I know these people want to hit me. Hopefully the intrusive thoughts don't win. I can tell you another thing. As soon as I can, I'm getting aluminum ramps. So this guy ain't here yet. He's chewed up at least a full day of my time. Said he was gonna be here at 10, still ain't here. Nobody's here. Trying to book loads for later today now. Something, Bubba. All right, let's unload some cars. This guy finally showed up.
Ranger.com or just stop.
Okay, that's good. Then we get fucking rear-ended. Nissan time. I used to own a same year, just a different color. Love it when they fire up. Kick that in. All right, I could be making a hell of a mistake here, but I booked a couple cars coming out of Copart and IAA. I've been to IAA before, IAA, whatever it is. I picked up cars there, no problem. They load them on with a forklift, is what it is. But these cars are going to the port in Freeport, and it says you need a twig, which I got, but I don't know anything else about the delivery. I mean, these loads are paying good. Like, I don't know why they're still on the load board. I'm sure I'm about to find out why they're still on the load board, and you guys aren't going to be able to warn me about it because you're going to be watching it in the future. So here's a video for my future self on whether or not I want to be picking these kinds of cars up. But I'm heading over there now. I got 2 pickups right now. I'm trying to find a third. There is a third over there, and I'm waiting on another one to message me back. So let's head over to the auctions, see if we can get in some trouble. Oh yeah, my orange trailer's getting scratched up today. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, crunch the front car, hell yeah. Just damage them even more. All right, we're loaded. We got 2 anyways. Guy did a good job getting them on there without tearing my trailer up. I got to go to IAA, whatever it is. It's literally like a mile up the road, so I don't like the placement. I don't like being top heavy, but I'm literally just going a mile, so I'm just gonna take it easy, get over there, and hopefully get that third one, and we'll head down to Houston. So I'm here, the IAA, and I've been here before, so no big deal, but it says we got a 205 to 216 weight. There are 6 customers, 6 vehicles ahead of you, so I don't know. At least we're here. We got 3 cars. We'll see how long it takes. Well, we got loaded. The 20-minute or the 200-minute thing was non-existent, because it only took 20 minutes. However, you know we couldn't go without an issue, right? My first week, this is like my second set of deliveries, and we already had a blowout. I know people warned me about these tires. I don't know what happened here. Maybe I picked up something coming through that lot. Luckily, I'm here at Home Depot. I have a jack and all that. I just forgot to bring my boards. I'm hoping I can go in there and get some wood and get this thing up. That way I can change that tire. So let me get going on that. All right, not sure how much of this I'm gonna be able to film because the GoPro doesn't really like the how hot it is. It's 102 and it's humid. This camera literally heats up pretty quick and then shuts off because it's too hot. Same thing with my phone. So get this garbage off here. I thought I'd be able to pull up on some wood and it would make it so I get that on, but that's not the case. All right, let's see here. So I'm gonna have to jack it up right underneath the leaf spring, but I got this, got that crapper off there. That looks good. All right, get this junker back on. Woo! So the pump jack I brought wouldn't fit under it, so I had to go in and buy that. Get the wood on top. I jacked it up right underneath the like U-bolt carriage there, right underneath the springs. I got the tire on there. I just gotta fasten her down, get the lugs back on there. My issue is, if I blow another one, I ain't got no spares. So I'm hoping I'm not blowing the tire because of the engines on the back like that. I don't see why that would be an issue, but you never know. Let me know in the comments below if you think that's why, or these tires are just shit. Texas Pride is like 80 miles from me. Thinking about stopping there for the night, grabbing a tire in the morning. That way I got a spare just in case I have any more issues, because I don't want to be calling Love's truck stop, come bail me out of a jam when I could just fix it myself. Lord have mercy. Bring back the hoodies, bro. Woo! We're back on the road, boys. I'm getting old, guys. Things like that take it out of me now, you know. I'm 40, pushing 41, but stuff like that is, when you have your own truck and trailer, it's like one of your main concerns, right? Breakdowns, things happening, and it's always in the back of your mind, like, when is this gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Blah 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 blah. Growing up, man, my father was there for me in different ways. Like, he provided. I always had everything I needed. Now granted, he wasn't always around because he was working, right? He's working swing shifts, he was traveling, training. I'd be lucky to see him, you know, once every couple weeks. So he wasn't really there to like teach me how to change a tire, teach me how engines work, you know, mechanical things, and that wasn't really his thing anyways. So he can't teach me things he doesn't really know, you know? But just through like this kind of stuff happening, me like researching, going on YouTube, like, I'm not a mechanic, you know, but now like things like that happen, I sort myself out, I'm back on the road without paying somebody way above market value for things, somebody to come out and rescue me. Now granted, that's gonna happen every once in a while, right? You can't fix everything. Like if I blow another tire right now, I can't fix it myself. I don't have another spare. But being able to get yourself out of a bind, learning how to do these things if you don't know how, because not all of us grew up in that type of household. Not all of us come from that type of cloth, you know what I mean? Some of us aren't mechanically inclined. I never was, man. Like, and it's not, this is for the guys that, you know, really don't know. Like, it doesn't mean you're any less of a man. You just need to learn, you just need to give it a try. Like, give it a try, learn how to do it, try on your own equipment. Ask somebody else if you can work on their equipment or show you how. And once you've done it a couple times, man, there's really nothing to worry about. You know, you got it. So 6 P's, boys. Prior preparations prevent piss poor performances. We were prepared for that one. We're not prepared for the next one, so we need to get prepared. So I'm stopping at the Loves up here to get fuel and see if I can get another tire put on that rim. See you when we get there. I've been getting lucky this week with the hotels. They're always right by some nice restaurants, but unfortunately I already ate. So I wasn't able to get the spare tire. Love said they don't carry them. I'm like 50 minutes from my delivery, so hopefully I go get unloaded and then I can start tracking down that tire You know, that way I'm not driving around with these damn cars on. 90 bucks for this hotel, Holiday Inn Express and Suites. Literally like 2 miles from the first stop, and then 50 minutes to Freeport for the other 2. No traffic in the morning, which is nice. Hopefully I can go get unloaded, and about to get my 10. Good morning. First one's off. Went to some junkyard. I guess it's a staging area. I guess that's better than going to the port, because from what I read last night on the reviews, I'm in for a hell of a day, and I'm missing one dock slip. I meant to print all this stuff out, and I'm waiting on this guy to send it to me. So I'm gonna head that way, gonna grab an energy drink, and let's go to the port and see what happens. All right, so I'm here at the port. I'm in line. There's not that much of a line, but I'm under the impression that I gotta sit here and wait for somebody to come give me a ticket. I got all the paperwork except for one dock receipt I don't have printed. From the reviews, I saw that there's an ability to print something in there. I hope that's true, because if not, I don't have a printer on me. I got to get one of those printers that I can keep on the road, but I'm here, I'm just waiting. I've only been here like 15 minutes, so I know they go on lunch soon. We'll see how long I sit here. It's 11 o'clock. I got here 15 minutes ago, so let's see how long this takes. All right, so we made it out of the port. The only thing that held me up in there was they went on lunch for like an hour. But other than that, man, I was kind of in and out of there. I'll give you an update on that later. I found a tire shop literally right down the road, Angleton Tire Shop. They had 16-ply tires, so I'm gonna upgrade the plies. Not right now, but I'm gonna put a better ply on the spare, and then I'll start to upgrade my 14 plies to 16 plies. As long as the tire he's putting on is good, I'll research it after I'm done. So gonna get that on, man. Gonna see if we can find something else. Check back after I'm done here. So I ended up shutting it down for the week there, because same hotel, restaurant right there, truck parking, can't beat it, right? It was a short week. I'm gonna hit the ground running Monday. The port wasn't bad. I was really worried about the port. I mean, I say it wasn't bad. It's not the worst. Shout out to the 2 drivers that kind of like put me on over there, because no clue what I'm doing, and they're real finicky about like you doing things right over there. If like stuff is smashed up, like the cars were smashed up, you need to have like shrink wrap over the exposed like trunk edges and stuff like that. And if you don't bring that stuff and you don't have cash on you, they want to charge you $70 for shrink wrap. So shout out to Always Trucking, hooked me up with some shrink wrap so I didn't have to pay $70. Shout out to the other young driver that was kind of like putting me on. The cars have to be running. If the cars aren't running, they got to be labeled a certain way. So luckily I was able to jumpstart. He helped me jumpstart one of my cars. I helped him jumpstart one of his cars. So that's what it's about, man. Truckers helping each other out. It was a short week. I did all right for it being a short week, but we're gonna start in Texas on Monday and see what we can do all week out here without that 2-day drive from Phoenix. So that was my first week back in Hotshot car hauling. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the second.